Good morning, friends, and welcome to Gardening with Creekside. Today, we are going to share with you a lot of great solutions to common garden problems. You got deer? I got solutions for you. You've got shade, you want some color? I got it. You need some gorgeous hydrangeas, then you need that pop of color, got it for you. You want privacy screening, nice evergreens, we've got it for you. So we're gonna go through and share these solutions for common garden problems. Before we do, I just got a couple little housekeeping things. One, pre-order on annuals. It is up and going, so make sure you take advantage of, go ahead and get kind of the big idea, those big plans that you have for your garden for 2026. The pre-order is open for your annuals. Shrubs, we are shipping live. And so go ahead and get your pre-order in for your annuals, lock it in at that 2025 price, and then all orders over $175 ship for free, no code needed. So have fun, plan it out, and then go shopping. Also, you know that I preach to you that fall is the perfect time for planting, right? We say if you've got your trees, your shrubs, the vast majority of the perennials, fall is the time to do it. So to help you plant a little easier, we are doing all of the Jenny's Edition Power Planter augers and bundles are 25% off. Yes, my friends, that is a crazy price, a crazy sale for all of the Jenny's Edition augers and bundles. So that means the 5-inch, the 7-inch, and the 9-inch are all 25% off, and then those bundles. So if you get the bundle with Jenny's Edition augers and the drill, that whole thing is 25% off. It is a great idea to go ahead and take advantage of this sale. Maybe you're going to buy it for yourself, or maybe you're going to buy it for the gardener in your life. I know it's crazy to think, but Christmas is not that far away, so this would make a great Christmas present. Trust me. Sometimes there are like tools and appliances that you think, I really should not give this as like a birthday present or a wedding anniversary or Christmas gift. A blender, a toaster, right? Trust me, if you have a gardener in your life and you give them the Jenny's Edition augers, they are going to be so extremely happy. Why do we love these? Well, they really are meant for tough, challenging soil. So if you have compacted soil, clay like we do, soil with rocks and roots, this is the ones that you're going to want to do because they have that heavy duty tip. All the pieces are replaceable, so if something wears out, and if you have nasty soil like we do, it's gonna happen. Either the tip, the blades, or even at the top where the chuck, I forget, the hex adapter or whatever it's called, that attaches to your drill. Over time, that could wear out. No problem. You can just replace that simple one little piece, not the entire auger. So again, all of the Jenny's Edition augers, 25% off, and the Jenny's Edition bundles that include the drill, the batteries, and the augers. So have fun. Saturday through Monday, okay? That is when the sale goes. So enjoy, have fun. You can get them in green and you can get them in pink. Trust me, I could not plant what I do without these augers. It makes an absolute difference. With that 25% off, there is no code needed. So we've made it super simple for you. When you go to the website, you will see that it has been marked through and there is a new price. So you can simply add them to your cart. You don't have to worry about a code. Just add them to your cart and then proceed as you will. Now, let's just say, for example, you take advantage of the Jenny's Edition sale and you want to buy some of the annuals. No worries, my friends. We will hold the annuals right until the spring. That's why it's a pre-order. We hold them till the spring, and then the auger will go ahead and ship. Okay, so we're not gonna wait until the spring to ship you that auger. We want to get it into your hands as soon as possible. So just know we can split your order, hold the annuals, but send out those Jenny's Edition augers. Okay. Now, let's talk about solutions for the garden because, right, we are Creekside Nursery in Dallas, and we are a independently owned garden center. And so we get folks coming to us, one, from all parts of the country, from all different areas. We have folks that are of various levels of gardening. We have some people that don't know a hydrangea from a boxwood, right? But then we have people that are like truly master gardeners that have been gardening, are way smarter than I ever will be, right? So we get this huge range. But there are certain common challenges in the garden that no matter where you are or your level of expertise in gardening that we all face. Probably the number one concern, challenge that people have in their garden are deer, right? So deer are a massive, massive issue. And there are certain plants that are definitely highly, highly deer resistant. Proven Winners has even gone one step further and said that they are deer proof. So for example, you'll notice here on the paisley pup, they actually have on their containers, their pots, they are advertising it as deer proof. I tell folks as a general rule, if deer are starving, they will eat anything, but there are most definitely those shrubs, those plants that they really do not want to eat. So deer proof, deer resistant. Paisley pup is a great option for those of you that are deer and shade, okay? So if you have the deer and you have the shade and you want an evergreen, beautiful shrub, y'all, I love paisley pup. You know that I have very little shade. And full disclosure, as you know, we don't have deer pressure here. We do have deer. We see their hoof prints all the time, but they just keep moving. So they don't eat our plants. But I like to give you that full disclosure. Paisley pup is a stunning evergreen. It shows you all these colors. Like, look at this. You've got pinks, you have got greens, you have got creams in here, and it is that evergreen. It is a native plant. You get 4 seasons of interest. It's hardy in zones 5 to 8. Basically, it'll be a 3 to 4 tall, 4 to 5 wide. It likes moist, acidic, well-drained soil. It does great in a pot too, because that's where I stuck mine, was in a container. Also going with the deer proof, the deer resistant boxwoods. So boxwoods as a general whole, as an entire species of plants, are deer proof, deer resistant. So this is the new gen Independence. This is what we put in to our front yard. And also the great thing about boxwoods is that they can do sun or shade and anything in between. So you tell me you've got hot blazing sun, boxwood would be great. You tell me you have like crazy shade, a boxwood would be great. It's one of those rare plants that will do both and anything in between. So we've got that. Let's go over here and stick with the deer proof idea, because this is Montana moss. And Montana moss is a juniper, and you can see here on the tag it even has the deer proof on there. If you are looking for this is going to be definitely going to need the sun. I think it's rated as full to part. No, it's just rated as full sun. So 6 hours or more, hardy in zones 4 to 9. So very, very adaptable. This is a beautiful blue shrub. And so even here in the South, like, we have problems getting that color. Montana moss, I have it in full hot sun and it is doing great. It will, excuse me, it is evergreen and it is also drought tolerant, and then of course deer proof. Very, very durable. I mean, it is a juniper, so it does have, it's not the softest, but it certainly is not like a cedar where it really hurts and pokes on you. So this is a beautiful option for you if you've got the deer, or you're super dry, or you've got super crazy hot sun. Then the Montana moss is going to be an option for you. Let's see. Do we want to go down to the shrub lot? Let's go down to the shrub lot. So some other things that people are looking for, like they want color. People want color in their gardens. So we try to remind people that when you tell me color, color can be without flowers, right? So you can absolutely, like right here is a great example. We've got a great chartreuse of the golden Hugendorn holly. You've got the wine and roses weigela, beautiful color combination, and then you've got distilleums. So color can mean literally that. You don't have to have the flowers on here to get that beautiful color. So we press a little further, right? When you say color, do you mean truly color or do you mean flowers? A lot of times they do mean flowers. So a great solution to folks who want the evergreen, especially so many people, and I get it, right? We did the same thing on the front of our house. So when you're doing the front of your house, that high visibility, so many people want evergreen. So they give you that consistency year round. But we also love flowers. I mean, we are into gardening and we do enjoy our flowers. So the Perfecto Mundos are a wonderful option for that. And they are all shapes and sizes, all colors, and as you can see, these are those re-blooming azaleas. So fall, going into this time right now, this is when they're putting on their third show of flowers. Whether you like the Perfecto Mundo Double White, you like the Epics. So the Epics are what Jerry's showing you right now, have bigger flowers, a little bit of a bigger size, somewhere in that like 4-foot range, right? So all different shapes and sizes and colors, and we did get, we'll see how long they last. We got some more of the Perfecto Mundo pink carpet. So pink carpet is what we put in the front of our house, right? Again, I'm practicing what I preach here, people. Pink carpet is going to be low and wide, does those really nice soft pink flowers. It truly is a carpet. And since we redid the front of our house, we cannot keep these in stock. We even had a fella yesterday, came first thing in the morning, I think he got like 12. He went home and laid them out and was like, not enough. And then he came back yesterday afternoon, I think bought like 5 more, right? So these are so popular. So evergreen, full sun, with flowers. Now, let's go over here to hydrangeas because, you know, we are North Carolina, a zone 8A, and I don't care, probably, it does not matter where you are unless you're in those really, really warm areas. So I'm looking at you, hot Texas and southern Florida and those places like that. I know you struggle with hydrangeas. But for the vast majority of the country that's in a more temperate growing zone, hydrangeas are probably, I would say, being darn close to being the #1 plant that people want in their gardens, right? So if you want hydrangeas, these are great for the full sun. Basically, you've got to remember there are 2 categories of hydrangeas. Ones that love the sun and have to have the sun in order to bloom. That's what is out here because this is the sun shrub lot. So these are sun-loving hydrangeas. Yes, they can take all-day sun where we are. And then we have shade-loving hydrangeas. We'll get to that in a minute. So whether you want something like quick fire fab, we have this in multiple areas of our garden. It's gonna be in that moderate size of, well, probably not moderate, I would say. It can be 6 to 8 tall, 5 to 6 wide. But this is one of the earliest blooming panicles. So this is gonna be an early bloomer. Then you've got, oh my gosh, look at these. Are these these are firelights. So the firelights are gonna be a nice big size. And y'all, again, I have these at the house. And these are the ones, the firelight series, as you can see back here. These are gonna be the ones that are gonna do a little bit of a better job here in the South, giving you that pinky rose color. So whether you do the real big size of firelights, or if this one's too big, Firelight Tidbit, which is really petite. Again, this is what we put in the front of our house, and ours are turning a lovely shade of that rosy pink color. So hydrangeas, most definitely, this is the time to put them in your yard. Another hydrangea that people love is a classic one, the Annabelle, right? Annabelle is that smooth hydrangea, can take the sun, massive, huge, pure white flowers on it, but the problem is it's super floppy. So Proven Winners came out with Incredible, much more sturdy, and now they've recently come out this year with Incredible Stormproof. So Stormproof is going to be, I would say, an improved miniature version of Incredible. It is called Stormproof because of these heads. Like, they are tight, strong stems. They are color specific. They're creamy white. I will say they're going to be a little bit smaller than Incredible. Like, my Incredible heads can be like this big. These are going to be a little bit smaller, which helps though them not to flop. So we've got stormproof. This is going to be basically, I think, a 4x4. Yes, a 4x4, hardy in zones 3 to 8. Minimum of 5 hours, maybe 4, and go all the way up to 6. All right, let's go back to some deer proof, because that is probably our number one. So this is Stellar Ruby. So if you're looking for an evergreen, now we're going to sun gardens that love, you need structure, you need year-round interest, you want flowers, you want fragrance, you need it to be deer proof, all right? So here we go. You got Stellar Ruby Magnolia. This is from our friends at Southern Living. I have one in the berm, and y'all, I love this plant. It is amazing. This is going to be either a large shrub or a small tree. Depends on how you want to look at it, right? It is also known as a banana shrub because when it blooms, those ruby red flowers, right, Stellar Ruby, they smell like ripe bananas. Craziest thing ever. But this can do full sun to part shade, so it can be anywhere from 10 to 15 tall, 6 to 8 wide, hardy in zones 7 to 9, and they list this as deer resistant. This is a pretty, I won't say fast grower. We've had ours in the berm for 3-4 years, and it is a nice size. I'm kind of limbing mine up from the bottom as it grows. I'm kind of limbing it just a little bit so that I can plant perennials around the bottom of it. So there you go. All right, let's think about those deer-proof, easy plants that are flowers and fragrant. Gardenias. Gardenias are great. They are evergreen. Oh my gosh, y'all, and we have got a beautiful selection. Basically anything, any size that you want. If you want a double flower, you want a single flower, we've got it. So here in the front is Steady As She Goes. Steady As She Goes, and all the gardenias are blooming right now. I love it. It's mid-October and they're still blooming. Steady As She Goes gives you that classic double flower. It is hardy in zones 7 to 10. This can be 5 feet tall, 4 to 7 wide. So this is going to be of a good size. Then you come over to the Diamond Spire, which is one of my favorites. Again, I have this in my yard. Y'all, we have all these in our yard, right? So Diamond Spire is going to be more upright, has that single bloom, still smells divine, very cool foliage. So even when it's not blooming, you get really cool structure and texture in your garden with this guy. This is going to be about 4 feet tall, 2 feet wide, and still that 7 to 10. Gardenias roughly in that 7 to 10 zone, so that'll go across the board. Then you've got the Scent Mazing. Scent Mazing is going to be a little bit smaller, a 3x3. It is a single bloom as well. And then we have Jubilation. So Jubilation is over here. Come look at this beauty. Let's see if we can get one. There's a bud that's opening up right here. So it is a double bloom, and Jubilation is going to be a 4x. Oh, there wasn't a knoll. There was like a little lizard, and he kind of scared me. They're harmless, but he just startled me. I think he was taking a nap. I probably scared him more than he scared me. But Jubilation, deer proof, evergreen, full sun with fragrance. Checks a lot of the boxes. So we've got those. All right. Another thing we get is people saying, you know, I love my neighbors, but there's always the but. But I don't want to look into their yard all the time, and they don't want to look into my yard all the time. I need some privacy. So we have got ideas for you on privacy, because typically with that privacy, a lot of times people are looking for evergreen, right? Because you want privacy means that doesn't turn off during the seasons. So these are Chindo viburnums, and Chindo viburnums, one, you can see, now yes, they are in a pot, but I am 5'2", and these are beautiful, nice, big plants. They will bush out, and they are fast growers. Chindo viburnums are great because they are very adaptable to the sun, so they can go full sun, they can go filtered sun, they can even go a little bit more in the shady areas. Super fast growers. I dare say, I don't know this for sure, I'd have to look it up, but I am thinking they would be in that deer resistant line as well. But they will get nice and thick, spread them out about depends on 4 feet maybe apart, and they will be beautiful. So you have got these guys. Then we have got some of, well, we had a little wind, so we're gonna pick this baby up. All right, I mean, look at that. Y'all, seriously, that is a gorgeous shrub. Again, we have them on the creek bank just right here. So when you come, you can look at these, you can look at what they're gonna become, and then there you go. Next, we've got the sky pencil hollies. Yet another great, relatively fast growing. This holly is not pokey, so you can rub on it, you can touch it. A lot of times people will put these kind of on the corner of their house or whatever as an accent, but they also make great privacy screens because they are evergreen and they are great growers. Let's see. What else? Oh, the viburnums. These are like the snowball bushes, y'all. I was going through the Rolodex in my brain of plants. So the viburnums also not going to be the top choice of the deer for their snacks, right? So these are also called snowball bushes because they make those beautiful pure white flowers, very much looking like a hydrangea. It is not, it's a viburnum. They will give you beautiful kind of that fall color, lovely, easy color on that. Okay, let's go talk about in the shade because we've talked a lot about sun. So let's move to the shade and head over here. So shade, a lot of people will come and they'll say, well, I have shade, I have no sun at all. And it honestly is very rare to have a garden that is like complete total shade. So we need to define what is shade. So in the horticultural world, shade is 4 hours or less of sun. So you can have 4 hours of morning sun, full intense morning sun, and then it moves to the shade. That's what our side garden does by the house. Okay, so, or you can have the filtered sun, like when we go into the pines, you've got trees, but light still gets down into the plants. So it is extremely rare for folks to have complete total shade in their garden that no sun ever touches their plants. A lot of times you have more sun than you think you do. So hydrangeas that in the south, now if you're in Michigan or you're in Maine, you're gonna be completely different because here in the south, our heat and humidity do a number on the plants. So the Skyview hydrangea, so this is what Proven Winners is saying is the first continuous blooming hydrangea. So Let's Dance Skyview is going to be pH dependent, so it could be blue, purple, pink, anything in between. Depends on your soil's pH level. Hardy in zones of 4 to 9, 3 feet tall, 4 feet wide. This is great for the south for those of us that have morning sun, afternoon shade, or the filtered sun, okay? Do not want to put this in the full hot blazing sun in the afternoon in the south. It will fry for sure. And then as we come around, more hydrangeas, thinking about those more shade loving areas. So you need something nice and petite. This is Tiny Tough Stuff. Tiny Tough Stuff is a reblooming mountain hydrangea, a serrata, hardy in zones 4 to 9. It is going to need 4 hours, maybe 5 hours of morning sun, and then that's about it. I will say that mountain hydrangeas tend to handle the sun a lot better than your macrophylla hydrangeas, those traditional ball hydrangeas, what we think of balls, hydrangeas. This is a lace cap, okay? So nice and petite. Did I tell you how tall? Like a 2 by 2, all right? So nice and petite. And then as we move up, you can see that the tough stuffs can get bigger. This is Top Fun. And Top Fun will also give you great fall color. There's nothing wrong with this plant. I promise it has just starting to put on those burgundy hues, and Top Fun is going to be a little bit bigger. It's going to be a 3 by 3, right? And yes, and then we have ahas. So we have a couple of ahas that actually, to prove that they are a reblooming, look, you have got buds popping up. So this is a flower bud, middle of October. I can see 4 that are right here, and then there's more developing in here. So even if you were to lose from a crazy frost or a freeze, or somebody pruned it at the wrong time and cut off all your buds for the first set of flowers, Tough Stuff AHA is that re-blooming. So this one will be a 3x3, hardying zones 5 to 9, big, beautiful heads. I'm secretly kind of hoping that nobody buys these so that they can go into Jenny's garden, whether it is here at the nursery or at the house, because this is an absolutely gorgeous hydrangea. So you've been given fair warning for several weeks now to come get this. And if you don't, well, then I'll just be forced that it has to go into my garden for sure. All right, those of you, again, maybe we're gonna switch over to some perennials. Hot, dry, you're desperate, like it is a nasty area, muley grass. A lot of times people don't know what this is officially called. They'll call it like the cotton candy grass, because here in the South at least, the DOT will plant this en masse along major highways. A lot of times you'll see the pink. So if you see those pink plumes, that is muley grass, M-U-H-L-Y. So it's in the pink and it comes in white. This is one of these that for the vast majority of the year, it is unnoticeable. However, as we go into these cooler months, this is when it begins to shine, literally, right? And so it gives you these gorgeous, light, airy plumes. So where do you want to put this? You want to put this in full sun, definitely 6 hours or more. You want to put it in an area that is dry and neglected and terrible soil and just is awful. A lot of times we were at Biltmore. So my mom and I were at Biltmore with the kids. This was years ago. And in their parking lot, going down between the different levels of parking lots, they had these beds, and the beds were filled with the white muley grass. It was unbelievable. So when I say terrible conditions, parking lot with concrete and asphalt and hot cars and full sun, people walking through flower beds, right? And so this was shining and glorious. So there you go on that. Now let's go over here to the shade, because, all right, so my people that say, well, I have a shade, I need help, what in the world can I put in here? So when you come here, everything out here in the pines is going to be that shade filtered sun. So again, if you're looking for hydrangeas, they are out here. So there's macrophyllus out here, there's serratas out here, there are the Annabelle type hydrangeas out here. Going for the deer, okay, so back to the deer. Perennials, you have got like pulmonaria. It is by nature, like boxwoods are deer proof, pulmonaria is going to be in that deer resistant, deer proof, because it is hairy. This is a great option for you. This is the raspberry splash, which is interesting because it's going to be the most sun tolerant pulmonaria. So, and raspberry splash is going to give you beautiful raspberry colored flowers on it. Added this to our garden in the area that's going to get a little bit more sun. Nice and low growing spring flowers, gorgeous. But yes, it is deer resistant, deer proof. Another that is in the deer proof line from Proven Winners is one of my absolute favorites, even though I don't have deer, is the Sweet and Low Sarcocoa, a sweet box. This is evergreen, shade, deer resistant, deer proof, fragrant flowers. I mean, I don't know what else you're asking for in a plant for the shade, right? So, and I want to even say it, I thought it was native. I don't see where it says that. But this is a beautiful one that does spring flowers, smells divine. So all sorts of options for you. And then of course hostas, right? You've got hostas galore. We've got those hydrangeas. So if you've got shade, there are definitely beautiful options for you. Acubas, look at this. People always come to the pines and they're like, what is this? So acubas are that evergreen for the shade, bright color. Not really going to flower. We're buying it for the foliage, my friends. So a beautiful plant. So there are lots of solutions. This is where I encourage you to go to your local garden center. If you can't come to Creekside, one, we want you to come to Creekside, right? Whether you're local or you're traveling, we had sweet folks last weekend from Indiana, and so she was celebrating her birthday, and so it was so much fun to hang out with them. But they're from Indiana, completely different growing zone and conditions, but yet everything that we're saying to them is very applicable to their gardens as well. So they came to visit us, bought some swag because they were flying. They couldn't take home a lot of plants. But go to your local garden center. Talk to them. If you have a problem, if you've got deer, you got shade, you got full sun, go and talk to them. They're the ones that are most familiar with your local region and your growing zone, and they can recommend the best plants for your situation. You can come see us Wednesdays through Saturdays, 9 to 3. We would love to have you come visit. Whether you have flown in and you can only buy a t-shirt and a hat, or you're ready to literally bring a U-Haul. We have a sweet group of ladies from, what was it, Alabama? Northern Alabama. Every spring they come. They rent a house, they spend the whole weekend, they bring their U-Haul, they load up, they have the absolute most fun. We have the most fun with them. And so either way, we would love to have you come visit us. Also, take advantage of the pre-order for your annuals and the 25% off of the Jenny's Edition augers and Jenny's Edition bundles now through Monday. Great gift for yourself and a great Christmas gift for the gardener in your life as well. So we hope you have found this fun and informative and helpful, right? We hope that we are helping you in your garden. We really do appreciate you, all your love and support, and your encouragement for us over here at Creekside in Dallas, North Carolina. Y'all go have an amazing day. Make today so amazing that yesterday gets jealous. We'll see you in the next video. Bye, friends.